All right, everybody, let's move on to social risks. Okay, this I think it's going to piss a lot of people off. All right, and there's a meme out there that Gen X just doesn't give a crap about anybody's opinion and ideology, and I think I'm going to fulfill that stereotype. All right, social risks. There are things that can be transmitted across boundaries that could be beneficial, destructive, disruptive, or transformative in many different ways. Technology, social practices, ideas, and religions. Okay, I can tell you with almost 100% certainty that some religions, cultures, industries, and nations will violently resist and react to anything this alien. Okay, only because that's the way they react to new information in general. If you're an Islamic fundamentalist, a Christian nationalist, you are by nature reactionary, and you pretty much hate modernism and newness. All right, and these forces have traditionally responded inimicably to external influence, to new technology, to new social developments. It's pretty much a given in all of human history, and I don't expect it to change anytime soon. I mean, cultures can be that way, and industries. We don't think about industries as being this type of force, but they absolutely are, especially the petrol industry. Right now in America, the use of solar and other technologies is vastly underutilized, and we're technologically behind a lot of European nations. There's European nations where it's cheaper to provide power and heating with solar energy, geothermal energy, and other forms of green tech than it is to use petroleum because they've been utilizing it and refining it for several generations now. And in the US, you've got the Koch brothers, PragerU, funded by the Koch brothers, and the oil companies are working really hard to fight certain social and technological changes which are going to really hurt their bottom line. And they're putting billions upon billions in it. They're, feeding money into political campaigns, and it's having a hugely, in my opinion, detrimental effect on our society, especially democracy. All right, so religions for sure. The more fundamental religions are going to react negatively, but yet within religion, even the same religion, you have other streams of thoughts. So you have Islamic fundamentalists that, for example, oppose women's liberation, just like the Christian right in this country. They're almost identical in their Taliban like hatred of women's rights. But then you have liberation theology in Christianity. You have a lot of Sufi groups that are, you know, pointed towards universal love and acceptance, and who have always revered or at least accepted women in leadership roles. Okay, so that's something to think about. Then you have religions like Hinduism and Buddhism, which I think they would probably be more likely to accept the idea of beings coming from the skies with knowledge, because a lot of their theology is like that. There are people who view the Bible this way, um, you know, and you have many pagan religions, Norse religions. Some religions I think are going to be like, they're from the sky, they're different, they're evil, they're devils. And other religions or groups within the religion are going to be like, oh, beings from the sky with great capabilities, different shapes, and knowledge. We've been waiting for you. Where you been? You were here, according to our scriptures, you were here in the past talking with us, teaching us, and now you're back. Okay, can we start again? So, I mean, that is something to be understood. Now, new energy, propulsion, technologies, and transportation capabilities would be both empowering and disruptive. It needs to be properly managed. If you release everything all at once, you could have a lot of industries collapse and a lot of misery and even death and fighting over the results of this. if it is not filtered in an intelligent manner, in an expeditious but intelligent manner. For example, if you're going to introduce that much, if you're going to make it so that a bucket of deuterium can provide you, the United States, with energy for 100 years, you need to use this energy and use the new technologies it brings to make sure that all those people that are out of a job have some way of taking care of themselves, something to do, meaning in their life, or close to it. Now, I do not believe people are for example, you talk about universal income, which may be a viable option, right? I mean, even Milton Friedman, you know, thought that was something we should do, and he's like uber right, okay, but I'm not one of those people who is against it. I've heard rich people say, well, that's not going to give your life meaning. Look, sandwiches don't give life meaning. Neither do a roof over your head, or water to drink, or sanitation. They're not designed to give meaning, they're the prerequisite of life. Meaning is something we derive within our life, and we're more likely to focus on meaning when we're not starving, dying, shivering, freezing, suffering from diseases, and, you know, crapping our guts out from dysentery because we can't get clean water. Okay? Meaning, you may not be able to give people meaning, but you can give people life and support. And, you know, ultimately, I think we get confused in this country and across the world. Why do we even have industries and governments and cultures? Is it was humanity made or evolved to bow down and serve a company, a government? No. All these things were developed, and rightly so, because they can do this to help humanity. But it is easy, once the system is in place, for someone or some groups to leverage that against other groups. Okay? That's one reason why we have a constitution in the United States. We're basically trying to protect ourselves from the systems of power that we have. Okay? So, introducing things like, I don't know, Star Trek level technology into modern society could be incredibly beneficial, and if done the wrong way, incredibly destructive. At each and every step along the way, as we introduce something, we need to manage it so that it benefits humanity, and that if this industry is wiped out, we need to create something else, another industry, another something, to give those people at least the material benefits they had before. It doesn't make any sense that, you know, we develop unlimited power, but it's only in the hands of a few people, like matter antimatter reactions. So we don't need petrol, we don't even need solar, we've got this thing, but we're going to get rid of those industries. But because we're in power, we're not going to give anything to the people that lost their jobs and their houses. That's inhumane. It's also stupid, because that's how you get revolutions, and the guillotine is always around the corner from any form of government, to be quite frank with you. Okay? So, we need to proactively manage any results of disclosure, because if you open the doors of disclosure enough, that is going to come out. All right? Even simply knowing that there's an infinitely better power source than burning petroleum and other chemicals, even if you didn't tell them what it was, scientists would now be looking for it. And they're more likely to find what they're looking for, aren't they? Um, the next chapter, we're going to talk about the possibility of illegal aliens, as in aliens and humans. All right? So I'm going to end this chapter, probably take a little break because I'm getting tired, because I just got back from that bike ride. I need to hydrate. You know, I don't want to miscommunicate the following ideas, because they're going to be controversial and they're going to be consequential in their scope. All right, so let's take a break. I'll be back hopefully soon. Take it easy.